Okay, let's unpack this. If you've ever felt, really bogged down trying to master English grammar, today's deep dive is definitely for you.
It really is.
We're looking at a stack of sources all focused on one question. How do we get proficient fast without that classic information overload?
And that's the core mission. We're moving away from the huge mistake of trying to um, memorize hundreds of rules from a textbook.
Right, that's just theory.
It's all theory.
Yeah.
True fluency comes from shifting your focus to understanding the, let's say, the language logic and mastering pattern recognition.
I love that phrase, language logic. So our sources break this down into 4 foundational ideas for building what they call structural memory.
Exactly. And the first method is the tense timeline. So instead of just listing out conjugation tables, you visualize it.
You turn it into a picture in your head.
That's it. English grammar really relies on just 2 core elements: time, so past, present, future, and state.
State being simple, continuous, perfect. Those categories.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So when you hear a sentence like, I have worked here for 5 years, you aren't mentally calculating the present perfect formula.
You're seeing it.
You're seeing it. You visualize that perfect tense as a line starting 5 years ago and stretching right up to this moment. It makes it concrete.
And that would reduce that split second of panic when you're trying to switch tenses in a real conversation.
It absolutely does, which leads directly to the second method, sentence patterns.
Right. Yeah.
The idea is that grammar doesn't operate word by word. It works in structural modules.
Like templates.
Yes, templates.
Mm-hmm.
The practice is basically substitution. You take a key sentence pattern, like a conditional statement.
For instance.
The common one is, if I had more money, I would buy a car. You keep that structure, that whole module, but you just swap out the content.
So it becomes, if I had more time, I would go to the gym.
You got it. You build muscle memory for the entire reusable pattern, not just individual words.
That's a powerful shift in perspective. Okay, let's get to the tough part. Method 3 is the error log.
Right. And the sources are really clear on this. The fastest progress comes from learning from your own mistakes.
So what's the action here?
You just keep a simple log of sentences that get corrected by a teacher, a colleague, even an app like Grammarly. But you don't just accept the fix.
You have to analyze why it was wrong.
Exactly.
Okay.
The finding here is that most of us make the same 20% of errors over and over again.
Yeah.
And fixing just those accounts for like 80% of how fluent you sound.
That sounds almost too good to be true. But I have to ask, isn't there a risk of feeling discouraged if you're only focusing on your mistakes?
That's a great question. The sources emphasize it's not a log of shame, it's a log of data. You're not dwelling on the error, you're just strategically finding the root cause.
Okay, so it's a strategic tool, not a report card. I get it. And the last one, method 4.
Reverse engineering. This is all about active observation.
So when I'm reading or listening,
You deliberately pause and you ask yourself questions about the structure. Why did they use an ang form here instead of to? Why is that word plural?
so you're developing a kind of grammatical sensitivity.
That's the perfect term for it. You build that instinct where you just know when a phrase sounds strange, even before you can name the rule.
Okay, so we promised efficiency. Let's get to the toolkit, the 5-minute daily practice. Because making a habit stick is the hardest part.
And 5 minutes is almost too short to skip. So, step 1, for 1 minute, select one single focus point. Say prepositions in, on, at.
Just 1 minute, okay.
Step 2, another minute. Find 3 sentences in a text that use your focus point.
Then what?
Step 3, for 2 minutes. Create 3 new sentences about your own life using those examples. And finally, step 4, 1 minute. Check your sentences with an AI tool.
Applying it to your own life seems key there. What about the best tools to support this?
Well, for the error log, Grammarly is fantastic because it explains why a correction is needed. It's like an instant teacher.
And for understanding the deep structure.
That's where English grammar, in use from Cambridge, comes in. People call it the Grammar Bible for a reason. It uses visuals that really help with that tense timeline idea.
Right. And what about for reverse engineering, to check if something you heard is, actually used by native speakers?
For that, you want Ludwig.guru. It's a sentence search engine. It verifies if a phrase is authentic by searching thousands of real articles.
So bringing this all together, the core philosophy is that grammar is just a tool to make communication more precise.
Exactly. The priority should always be making sure the dialogue can move forward. Perfection can wait.
Let the flow be the priority, and precision will follow.
That's it.
So here's a final thought for you to take away. Based on that idea of structural memory, the next time you're reading or listening to English, try to consciously spot that if I had, I would. pattern. Don't see it as a rule. See it as a reusable module, just waiting for you to plug your own life into it.